Okay, so welcome Mahi. I'm so
Thank you.
happy to be interviewing today because this is about the achievement of one of my students, and you have made it really big in your 12th standard.
Thank you,
So,
ma'am.
and the same thing is also I can say about your 10th standard when like you broke all records by getting 100 out of 100 in English. You got full marks in your term one as well as in your term two. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to know what is the secret behind this success.
Okay, so I'll start off by saying, okay, this is something that everyone will tell you you should do, but you don't know how important it is until and unless you apply it, and that is consistency. My whole journey is based on consistency from 10th to 12th, everything. Consistency is the most important key. I feel like you're not going to get the results in 2 3 days. It's going to be a long process. That's why I could do great in my term one as well as term two because I stayed consistent. I did not get overconfident. Term one mein ho gaya. It's great. You have to stay consistent. So that was the main key. But yes.
But were you always consistent?
Not until I would not say until eighth I was not. Until eighth I was just like I'll study tuition mein and that's it. I would go to school, I would go to my tuition regularly and that was it. So until eighth I did fine. But after ninth and the entire lockdown thing, I actually started to study consistently. Ninth mein also I did study. It's not like I did not. That's when I started studying properly. And I feel like until eighth, the studying process is very basic. You don't, the textbooks are very basic, everything's very basic. 9th, 10th, where you start to get what studying actually is, what you're actually studying. So, 10th, during my 10th years, I started studying since the beginning. That was one thing no one in my class did. That starting May, they took everything for granted. Only online classes were going on and everything. But I started studying since the beginning. I was attending my tuitions properly. I was attending all the tuitions properly. I agree. I did not attend my school classes that properly and regularly, but I did I did do that in my tuition. So yes, that's what I did.
Okay, so what do you think? Like, if you go back and if you think about the time when you started off studying consistently in 10th,
Yes.
so there might have been some problems initially. Like,
Yes.
you are used to a much better lifestyle say, till 8th. Nobody is forcing you to study and there is no
Yes.
pressure. And all of a sudden, as you come into ninth and 10th, there is a little bit of parental pressure, peer
Yes.
pressure. And they talk about, he or she topped this year, so but you have to study well. So how did you react to that pressure when you actually began to study in 10th standard and in 9th?
Okay. So I agree ki for me that pressure was there. All of my friends were toppers, which actually did help because looking at them study made me want to study. It was not like ki I forced myself to study. I did want to study. I did want to be that good. I like it was never like I had to oh my god, my mom's making me sit and study for 4 or 5 hours. I did that by my choice because I made up my mindset in a way that I want to be that good. I want to get those marks. I want my photo on the billboard outside school. I did want that. So making up that mindset, that is the first key. You don't if you're being forced, it's not gonna happen. If you're being forced, it won't happen. If you're forcing yourself, then it will help. But making that mindset up, ki yes, I want to achieve this. For this, I have to do this struggle. Then only you will be able to achieve it. One good thing was key. I did have friends around me who were studying a lot. I did study with two of my friends constantly, which did help a lot. Like that made it interesting. We would study on Google Meet, we would study on Zoom, we would ask each other questions, clear doubts. That helped. Even obviously tuitions to helped a lot. Having teachers like you who would answer all your dumb questions as well and you won't be afraid to ask them. Having teachers like that is a very important thing as well. And in English specifically, your notes actually did help me a lot. Like how I would go about studying English was I would read your notes entirely. Even if I don't get an exact question like that in my answer sheet, I would use the language that you used. I would use the language how you wrote it, the points that you emphasized. I would do it that way. But yeah.
Okay, so thank you for the compliment, but I would definitely say that when you begin, so the points that you highlight are that reading is important. Reading your
Definitely,
notes is very important.
definitely, definitely.
Discussing with friends
Very important.
is very important.
Yes,
And the third thing, what I understood is that attending your lectures is very important,
it is.
and
I agree. It
trying to
is.
take the maximum from those lectures.
Yes,
So,
yes.
moving on, which subject posed the biggest challenge to you in standard 10th?
In standard 10th, okay, this, okay, no one would agree with this. I personally liked science and maths, so that never faced me like that never gave me a problem. I was interested in those subjects. The subject that faced me problem was history and Hindi.
Okay,
History and Hindi. Yeah. Hindi, I've always had a problem with Hindi, like the matra and this and that, and being able to complete the paper properly with proper grammar. It always was a struggle for me. Even in 10th, I got 97 in 10th. Among the 3% I lost, 1.5 of those percent are in Hindi. Literally. And history did face a challenge. History, civics was fine. Geography was also fine. Geography was mainly learning more than understanding. History did face a I did face a problem with history, but one thing I did was history is basically a story. If you
right,
remember the story properly, you're done. I like if you are like the 10th K chapters, I learned them in Hindi. I did not learn them in English. I could not tell you the entire story properly in English, but I knew the entire story in Hindi. I knew the entire story. I could dictate the entire story in Hindi, and the only thing that, left was I had to learn the names and the dates. So if you
right.
know the story properly, then you're not gonna get confused. This
Okay,
also applies in English. This also applies in English. If you know the story properly, you're not gonna get confused. You just have to find a keywords or key phrases that you can add in your answers to make them better.
okay. So what I get from this is that whatever your vernacular is, so because this is for the like students all over India, so not all of them may know Hindi, but
Yeah.
whatever your vernacular is, whatever you
Yes.
studied,
Whatever your
just
mother tongue is.
summarize it in your language
Ha. Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
that you remember what happened,
Yes.
just
You
like
just
you
memorize
remember
it
the
in the
story of,
language you're comfortable with, and
yeah,
you'll get it.
and you will get it, and you just need to translate into English at the right
Yes.
time.
That's
But
it.
keywords are very important.
Yes, keywords are very important. Remember the keywords, the key phrases or something, they help a lot.
They help a lot. Okay. So, moving forward, you scored a 40 on 40 right there in English. So, what was the reaction that you got from, your school, your parents, and
Okay.
everybody? Were they like, were they like, okay, she had to get this, or they were like very happy, or
They were very
overwhelmed?
happy. They were very happy. Until 8th, I had good percentage. It was not like I got very bad. I would get above 90 every year only. But 10th, mein, I also did not expect ki I was putting in so much hard work. I knew I was doing, I knew I was studying, but I did not know that was enough. I was not sure if that was enough. And that was the one thing that kept me pushing, even second term. Mein, that was the one thing that kept me pushing. How much whatever I studied, I never thought it was enough. Do not let your brain think ki what you're doing, it's enough.
Right.
Never do that. So the initial reaction was when the first term result came, I was shocked. My parents were shocked. I was shocked. My teachers were also shocked. I was very happy with my marks. Like I did, like it was not like I felt like I don't deserve these marks. Yeah, these could have been better. Tab I felt like these marks were good. But I knew that I have to continue this in the second term as well to actually get a good percentage. So yeah, I was surprised for sure, but everyone was very happy.
Great. So, when in the board exams, like what were the challenges that you faced? Because board exam has the entire syllabus in comparison to the first term exam, where you would just simply, have a few chapters.
Hmm.
Board exam would have the entire syllabus, and the course in some subjects is really long. If I say SST, you have 20 chapters together,
Yeah, yeah.
22 chapters together. So, how did you like manage to remember all of them before the board exams?
Okay. All the chapters. I did all the chapters at least 7 or 8 times before. I know I've done all the chapters 7 or 8 times before. Like if I used to turn the pages, I would know what's written on that specific page. That was because of again consistency. I did it since year ka beginning. I continued it until the last day, until the exam day. So I knew all the pages. I knew all the chapters. Obviously, a little confusion can come. A little confusion will be there. That stress, if the exam stress is hitting you, that is gonna be there. But again, if you do the chapters again and again properly, it will help you a lot. The first time you do, you're just going to remember it for a few days. The second time you study the chapter, you're going to be like, oh, I did read this. Oh, I remember this. The third time you do it, that's the time that it's actually going to get stuck in your brain.
Okay.
is what I feel like. Do not go to an examination without reading each and every chapter at least 3 times. That is what I will say. Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you think revision helps? Like, we took a lot of tests when we were together in
Yeah.
10th standard and in ninth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, how do you think tests help? So, is it like some people have this idea that, okay, the same chapter is being tested. Why not take a leave this time and, attempt the next time? So, what would you tell them? And how do you think tests are
See, I
important?
what I would what I would suggest is do not miss a test. Do not, like, even if you're underprepared, even if you're underprepared, you feel like you're not going to score good. Give the test. Tell yourself, yes, I'm going to score bad. Yes, it's a 50-mark test. I only know 20 marks के answers. It is fine. Just give the test. You'll know the questions. You'll get to go in the discussion. You will know what you will understand. Ki I don't know these questions specifically, but now I know. Like even tenth, even during 10th, I did not score great in all the English and all the social science tests. You must know, ma'am.
Right.
There were a lot of tests that I did not score great in, but I
Yeah.
never missed the test as much as I could. I did not miss the test. Even if I could not prepare for each and every test, I would just be like, let's give the test. Even if we get bad marks, we'll know something. So even okay, once in a while, if you miss a revision class because you're very confident in that chapter, that is fine if you want to study something else. But if it's a test, just give the test for the sake of giving, but give it. I was very consistent with tests and I suggest that to everyone.
Okay, so at the same time, I would also add to it that giving a test will give you a boost, and at the end of the test, there will be a disappointment if you don't get great marks. But you should
Yeah.
remember that it is just a test, and
Yeah.
you should know that
Yeah.
what are the loopholes that you have not prepared for X, Y, and Z, and because of which this happened. So you should also
Yes.
realize that by the next test, you should prepare them so that this situation doesn't come again. Because if you
Yes.
don't score again well, then you cannot always keep tricking your mind that okay, I'm doing well. So that would
Yeah.
also not be good. So better to give the test, but then for the next time, it's better to prepare well.
Yes. And one more thing is, if you're used to giving a lot of tests, then the exam pressure does not hit you very bad. If you have a problem with sitting in the exam hall having that pressure, but if you're used to giving tests, if you're used to having like 3 hours concentratedly writing the paper, then it won't be a problem examination. During the examination, it won't be such a problem.
Right, this is what I considered because when we started taking tests, I remember that we took 40-minute test, then one
Yeah.
hour tests. Most of
Yes.
our tests were 1 hour tests, and only in the
Yes.
last month or so, we started doing like 3 hour tests. Before the examination, we started doing 3 hour tests, and
Yes.
luckily
Yes.
by that time, we were lucky that we could come physically and give the tests also,
Yes.
right?
True.
And even
That
that.
also helped.
So, however, online and physical both are good enough as far as you're like focused on what you're doing.
Yes.
So, what would you say? How did you attempt the test paper? Like, how did you attempt the main examination sheet? Do you have a
Okay.
plan of action, like which section to attempt first? Particularly if I refer
Okay.
to English and social science.
Okay, so I would start off with short answers or something like that. I would not directly go to any very big writing part.
Okay.
No long answers, no reading passages, unseen passages, or writing portion, or like the longer answers in social science. I would not start off with them. While you get the question paper, the one word answer, the one sentence answer, you can just stick them there only. You know how this is the answer. It will take you 2 minutes to write them down.
Right.
One more important tip is while you get the question paper, for example, in English, I will say, do not start the reading section. Oh my God, I'll start the reading section. Go through the entire paper. There are options in a lot of the questions. Decide which option you want to write then and there so that while writing the answer sheet, that won't cause you a problem.
Okay.
Go through the question paper properly, decide the answers you want to write, the answers you want to leave, the answers you're sure about, and a few, just mark a few of them that you're not very sure about. You have to think while writing. Do all of that while you get the question paper, and once you get the answer sheet, you can start the writing process properly. Then
Okay.
you can also go on to the reading section. You have enough
Yes.
time for the reading section. There is no panic for that. Everyone thinks it's such a hassle, but if you read it properly, properly silently, it will be fine. And then during the long answers, okay, this is one silly tip. While writing the long answers, even if you don't have a lot of points, just write the same points in another languages. That also
That
works.
is not
Just
proper. That is not proper, but it might work. But what I suggest
that
during long
fills up the
answers is
yes,
I ask you to make value points, right? And
yes, yes.
write it.
That
And
obviously helps.
most of the
That is that
value points do like work. But there are some questions in which there are 3 value points and the question comes for 6 marks. Then I think your theory is like it works.
Then that was. And one tip I got from this is remember the value points you discuss in class, because you can use the value points in a lot of questions. So remember all the value points that you discuss in your classes or with your friends. Do
Right.
discuss good value points, because you won't remember the entire answer. You will remember, yes, this point was said in the class. I can use this point over here. So remembering value points is a very key.
Right.
Yes.
So now we come from 10th to 12th. 12th standard posed another sort of challenge. You were preparing for the IIT when when we had very less time to do our 12th standard syllabus, to complete our 12th standard syllabus. So that was like this. For 10th standard you had the entire year, because we started in March and we finished the
Hmm.
syllabus by I think September or so, and then the format of the syllabus changed. Still we had time for in order to like go ahead with term 1 in December and then term 2. We had a number of revisions, all those things. But that did not apply to 12th standard, because we started the tuition only post Diwali, I think post Christmas in your
Yes,
case.
yes, post Christmas.
Post Christmas in your
Yes.
case, and in February you had the examination. So
Yes.
many students have this question that can we cover standard 12 syllabus, standard 12 CBSE syllabus in like 2 months, English syllabus? Can we do it in 2 months? Yes or no? So what is your take on that?
One thing I would suggest is do not leave the English syllabus for 2 months. At least know the chapters once before. If you are gonna study properly English just before the exam, 1 month before the exam, because you're busy with other entrances and all, that is fine. Because entrances are also very important, that is fine.
Yes.
But knowing the English chapters a little in advance helps a lot. Like even with English, our classes started after December, but I had read most of the chapters in the beginning of the year. Just like before sleeping, I would read a chapter or two. Then I would know the basics of the story. Then when we started our classes, I could focus on the question answers, the key points, the value points. I could focus on them. So even if you're leaving these subjects for the end, that is fine. Leave them for 1 to 2 months as per your priority. But know them once before in the beginning of the year when there is not a lot of study pressure. Know them once then, and then you can do it in 2 months, is what I feel.
Okay. So what how could you like do it so well that you scored a very good percentage? You scored like around 94 in English,
Yes.
right? So how did you manage to score 94 with work of 2 months?
Okay.
Like,
Okay, so again, there are a few steps that I would like to discuss in this. The first is knowing the story. Know the
right,
story in your own language. If you want to do it in English or in your mother tongue, that is fine. Know the story properly enough that you remember all the names, you remember the incidents that happened, all of that. Then the second point is discussing question answers related to that chapter. Because what, okay, there are some probable questions that might come that you can discuss with your teachers, with your friends. You would get to know what others think as well, what others point of views are, what value points they add. Once you know the basic question and answers of the question, of the chapter, then even if you get a twisted question, you will know how to go about it, even if there's a
exactly,
twisted question.
right,
So the second step is definitely discussing a lot of questions and answers, and the third is attempting a few questions. You have
right,
to attempt the questions to know if you actually know the chapter. You think, yes, I know these value points, I know these answers, I will do well. You won't know unless and until you get a twisted question and you have to write that. Don't
right.
say it orally. Write that entire question. If it's a 5 mark question, give it that time. Give it the proper time. Give it the proper English. The all the value points. Use them and write it. Then you will know if you actually know the chapter or not.
Okay.
Yes.
And notes help.
Notes
That is
help.
my to add to it. I feel that notes do help.
Yes.
Always, even if you are studying a chapter, immediately you should consult the notes
Definitely.
of that chapter. And there,
Definitely.
and best is in 12th standard, because the chapters are a little complicated.
Yes.
So that is how I designed the notes. I made mind maps
Yes, yes, that
for
they
each chapter.
actually help. Like I was lucky enough that you gave all the notes, so I did not have to make mine. So I used your
Right.
notes only. After a point, you can't read the entire chapter again and again.
Yes.
No, go through the mind map once, go through the summary of the chapter once, go through a
Yes.
few of the question answers once, and you will remember the entire chapter through that. Notes do help a lot.
Exactly. So what I would suggest is like the mind maps along with the question answers, practice. So this is what
Yes.
like I would like to summarize it.
Yes.
So in 12th standard, apart from your studies, when people think that English to ho jayega, this is a very common thing. Even in
A
10th
very
standard, I
common thing.
find
It
that
is a
people
very
go for
common thing.
tuitions for maths or science, but they do not go for tuitions for English or social science. So, what would you like to say in that regard? Do you
Okay.
think that because tuitions also involve time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So everybody has to allocate that time for each
Yes.
tuition. So, what would you like to say about that?
Okay. So going to normal school, having a normal maths, physics, chemistry tuition takes up a lot of time, but it's not like you should not give time to English. I am not able to do physics. I'll focus on that only. I'll get done with English in a month. It's not gonna work that way. Then you'll score great in physics, but your percentage will come down because of English. That's what's gonna happen. I've actually online classes did help with time management a lot. If you are consistent in your online classes, if you do them properly, then they save a lot of time. This was a very good benefit for me. We could have classes a little later in the night, even after having dinner. We have the
Yeah.
time then, or early in the morning. It is also a little, it is very flexible. You can do the classes
Yes.
properly. Then I would suggest ki do join classes for English and social science as well, because there are a lot of people in my class who took it for granted. They scored great in maths and science, but they could not in English and social, so their percentage came down. That was not the case for me. I focused on everything properly. You have to focus on English. You have to focus on, do focus on social science. It is not easy. Do focus on social science. And yes,
Okay.
yeah. Just manage your time accordingly. Give give it time as well, so you'll be able to do it.
Okay. Many people think that 10th marks are not going to help apart from getting the group. But you have a great success in 10th.
Hmm.
How do you think it helped in your success in the 12th examinations?
Honestly, the main thing it does is confidence. I was so confident walking into my 11th class knowing I've gotten such great percentage.
Right.
The biggest thing is confidence. Not a lot of people will ask you ki, how much did you score in 10th, what happened. Not a lot of your teachers are going to base, like, make a image of you in their mind according to your 10th marks. Not a lot of,
Right.
some will do, some will
Right.
definitely do that, but not a lot of them. But the main thing it does is it increases your confidence. It'll assure you that yes, I can do this. I can, if I did great in 10th, I can continue doing that. And once you get the consistency in 10th, no, it is gonna really help in 11th and 12th as well. If
Right.
once you get the hang of studying properly in 10th, knowing what your study method is, it is gonna really help you in 11th and 12th. So even if, okay, if you think your 10th percentage don't matter a lot, studying in 10th matters a lot. Actually giving it time and studying in
Yes.
10th matters a lot.
Because it is all a matter of habit formation.
It is all a matter of
You
habit formation. It's not
form
going to
a
be
habit.
easy
Yeah.
forming a habit in 11th. It's
Right.
11th is another level of pressure that you have to go through. So it is not going to be easy to do that. So having done these things in 10th only helps you a lot.
Okay. So just a small casual question now.
Hmm.
Many like people focus it only on studies, but actually your nutrition and the way you manage yourself,
Hmm.
keeping yourself disease free, basically
Hmm.
keeping yourself in good nutrition also helps.
Yes.
So what was your usual routine with that?
Okay, my routine was very different in 10th and 11th. So, in 10th, it was still lockdown time. There were not a lot of classes going on. I had a very chill routine. I am the kind of person who would study in the morning, but there are a lot of people who study during the night, whatever's best for you. I would study in the morning. Morning, mein my parents would also be home. So, I would get up early only. I'll study for 2, 3 hours. I would study for 2, 3 hours. Then my parents would have a few hours free. I would spend time with them. If the school classes are going on, obviously it depends if it's a holiday time or school classes. Then
Right.
after, then I would study afternoon. I would study afternoon mein, and then there would be tuitions in the evening. I did pay attention. I did pay 100% attention in my tuition classes. All the physics, chemistry, maths, English, everything I did. And after that, I would obviously do some time pass. My parents would come back home. I would spend some time with them. This was not the time when I've met a lot of my friends because it was again lockdown. But at night, I would study with two of my friends, and
Okay.
they both were also very smart, so they did help me a lot. I would study with two of my friends, and we would study for hours because we would study, we would laugh. So it did not
Okay.
feel like we have been studying for a long time. It was like
Okay.
getting to spend time with your friends on call while you have a textbook in front of you. That is what it felt like. So I would do that at night, and then I would go to bed around. I would go to bed thoda late, only around 12, 1. But yes. It was a very chill
So
routine. It was nothing
what I
very.
get is that you limited your digital interaction and you increased your human interaction. That's a very important thing, because
That is true.
you need to actually interact with people in order to reduce your stress.
That
Sometimes
is true.
stress
That
doesn't
is
allow you to work. So
yes.
over
That
here, I think that helped a lot.
yes.
Interacting
That
with your
is true.
parents, interacting with your friends whom you
That
like,
is true.
that keeps you in a good mood to study.
That is true. That is definitely like
So now,
obviously if you wanna watch Netflix, you wanna play games, do that. But until a certain level, like limit the time you do that is what I would suggest.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the end, I would like to just talk about your achievement. So, where are you, and what exam did you crack, and how did you get here?
Okay. So 11th and 12th I studied for my entrance exam, and the name of the entrance exam is UCID. It is for a design course in IIT. It is for a design course in IIT. So I got an all India rank of 36 in my entrance exam, and I got a seat at IIT Guwahati for the design for the Bachelor of Design course over there. So I will be pursuing design. More specifically, I'll be going into product design in the future. But yes. Hmm.
Many congratulations,
Thank
many
you.
many congratulations, Mahi. I'm like really very happy and very proud that you could make it so big, and I wish you a lot of success in the future. So, thank you so much for taking out the time to guide our students. Thank you a lot.
Anytime, ma'am. Thank you.